Let us take a trip to Luwero district in central Uganda. Luwero has a bimodal rainfall pattern, with peak rainfall occurring in April and October. The temperatures are high, ranging from 30 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius during the dry months of February, March, and July to August. Over 90% of the population in this area derive their livelihood from farming. Over the years, Luwero district has been experiencing climatic impacts like delayed onset of rains, prolonged dry spells, more variable rains, extreme high and low temperatures, and an increase in pests and diseases. Among the impacts, drought and water scarcity are the most devastating, affecting both crop and livestock, thus significantly affecting food and income security in the region. Obviously, one can debate how all these impacts can be attributed to climate change, especially the pests and diseases. For some of those impacts, other factors may contribute to its occurrences as well. Today, we are taking a trip to Ngabirana in Luwero district to visit Emerge Integrated Farm that is owned by two proprietors that run the farm on a purely commercial basis for livestock and crop products. Paul, one of the proprietors of the farm, gives a brief introduction on how the farm started as well as the major enterprises that are on the farm.
The farm is located in what we call the cattle corridor of Uganda, and this cattle corridor is one of the places in the country that experience the longest periods of drought. So mainly it's called the cattle corridor because the main people occupying it are pastoralists who actually move from one place to another, especially during the drought season, to look for water and pastures. So we wanted to do something different from the local farmers of moving here and there to look for water. And we thought with the animals we can also do crops. So we started with the perennial crops, that's mainly coffee and bananas, with the understanding that perennial crops can probably withstand the drought a little bit more than the other crops. And we can also use the animal manure to fertilize the crops. So we actually went into coffee and banana, and then we also explored horticulture, and we went into passion fruits, mango, and some oranges. And we focused on those ones for a start because we thought they could integrate very well with the livestock. And after that, we actually had to think about dealing with the challenges of the drought. So we actually excavated dams, two big dams actually, each one about 50 feet by 100 feet. And we thought that with these dams, we can be able to sustain our animals and also irrigate our crops without actually a lot of problems, because these dams were basically trapping the runoff during the rain season. So we trap the runoff and store the water and use it during the times of drought. And we thought we had done actually such a tremendous job and we would not suffer the effects of the drought. This is one of the major problems in this area, which is also associated with climate change. The droughts have become longer, they have become actually drier sometimes, and sometimes you get too much rain, but in a very short period of time. So water is actually the major constraint for production in this zone.
Emerge Integrated Farm, located in Ngabirana village, Luwero district, sits on 200 acres of land and employs a labor force of 20 workers to run the different enterprises of the farm. Each of the enterprises is headed by a section head who is responsible for the overall management of the section and ensures that each worker in the unit performs their assigned tasks. You are about to meet Musei Sentumbwe, a 60-year-old worker telling his life experience on Emerge Integrated Farm. I am called Sentumbwe and I'm one of the oldest workers on this farm. I specifically work in the passion fruits garden. Passion fruits are one of the major economic crops grown on this farm. We plant passion fruits using seedlings that are purchased from certified nurseries by the owners of the farm. We also sometimes make our own seedlings in order to ensure that we start off the passion fruit garden with clean seed. Passion fruit is a very sensitive and easily attacked by a number of diseases and pests. To control pests and disease, we carry out routine spraying using inorganic pesticides and fungicides that are brought by the owners of the farm. This farm also suffers from severe dry spells, and sometimes the dry spell can go on for over 4 months. To ensure that the passion fruits survive, we irrigate and mulch around the plant in order to conserve water. Watering the passion fruits is one of the most tedious jobs given that we use small watering cans to do the watering. Another big challenge in the passion fruit garden are the birds. Birds come and eat the passion fruits. What we do for prevention is to plant sunflower around the orchard. The sunflower acts as an alternative host plant for birds. Also, the farm has to supply passion fruits for Kampala throughout the year, and to ensure that this happens, we have different ages of passion fruits. Where I am standing is a garden which is about to be harvested, but next to it is a new garden that has just been established. Banana and coffee are also very important enterprises on the farm. Several banana varieties are grown for both cooking and dessert. The bananas are grown on a commercial basis, and the farm has a delivery truck that takes the bananas and other products to Kampala, the capital city where the major consumers are. You are about to meet Alex, one of the head workers in the banana plantation.
Bino bitoke byo tulina wano nga bikulwe twagenda okusinziira embeera gyakyo ne tulaba ati ebitooke birimu tebisobola embeera y'eno. Kati ne tujja ne tugamba wano katujje tusime olusuku olupya ate bwa mulembe.
Twakigaba n'ebice bibiri.
The farm also grows horticultural crops such as mangoes and oranges. These crops are grown to provide fruits on a commercial basis. The trees are also used as windbreakers and sometimes as shade trees within the coffee banana system. The orange orchards are rarely attacked by pests and diseases. It is the mango orchard that mainly suffers from infestations of fruit flies that cause a lot of economic damage. The mangoes are routinely sprayed and fruit fly traps are installed to reduce on the incidences of these pests. The general management practices in the orchards include mulching and watering during the dry season. The fruit trees are also pruned and minimal weeding is also done, which reduces on the labor tremendously. Given the integrated nature of Emerge, the farm also owns cattle and goats. The farm has a visiting veterinary doctor who visits the farm on a weekly basis to ensure prevention and control of diseases. The major climate vulnerability of this farm is water scarcity. To overcome the challenge of water scarcity, Emerge Integrated Farm installed a borehole solar-powered water system to supply water for irrigation, livestock and poultry production and domestic use. With now sufficient water on the farm, Emerge Integrated Farm introduced poultry farming. The poultry is on a cage system and houses approximately 5,000 birds. The largest product in the poultry enterprises is eggs. The eggs are sold in Kampala, the capital city of Uganda.
So these are the real challenges of climate change. Climate change has actually made it very difficult for a poor resource farmer to cope with these challenges, especially of drought. And well, you can do a lot of things, practices like mulching and whatever, but there is a limit. If the plant has no water, it has no water. If the animal has no water, there's no water. You just have to provide the water. And this is the biggest challenge for the smallholder farmer. What we've done, of course, not many local farmers can do it, but it's a big challenge to government and also communities to think about alternative ways of farming if we have to stay in farming and earn from it.